Okay, welcome everybody to the second episode of the Pittsburgh Underground podcast. I'm here with Carl.
Hello, Carl.
I'm here with Lee.
Hiya.
And I'm Todd. And for this episode, we're going to talk about the fall TV lineup that, by the time this thing airs, will have already started. Let's just get right into it. September 8th is The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. I know we're all looking forward to that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Have you seen the little preview things that he's putting out?
Yeah, the previews are good.
They are really quite funny, and they're very independent, and they're keeping in sort of with his sort of development as a new character. He's not the Stephen Colbert. He's this new TV persona, and it really is they're very funny.
Do it.
Yeah. You know, Craig Ferguson left his show last season, or last I don't know, when was that?
It was before Stewart. It was
before Stewart left, and every yeah. So I mean, yeah. So anyway, Craig Ferguson he left his show last year, and he's coming back with a brand new stand-up special on Epics of all things on September 10th. Just being honest. So that's the name of his special. So I guess I know I'll be checking that out. Moonbeam City, September 16th on Comedy Central, new animated comedy. What I thought was interesting about this, I mean, first of all, Rob Lowe's in it, which I think is kind of funny because he did a great job in Parks and Rec. Elizabeth Banks is in it. Kate Mara, who I guess needs to do something after Fantastic Four. Wow. It has that weird, Robert Nagel drawing style.
Yeah, it's based on the paintings, that style.
Which go back to the
I was going to say, for all you kids that don't know what we're talking about, look at a Duran Duran album cover. Yeah, and for those young kids that don't know what albums are,
or who Duran Duran is,
read Wikipedia.
Yeah, that's what Wikipedia's for Christ's sakes.
Anyways, it does look fun. We definitely want to check.
Well, the characters' names are Sparkle and Dazzle and
Dazzle
and Razzmatazz, and there's all these silly, jazzy, sparkly names. Giant hair and the big giant shoulders.
Pizzazz Miller, Red Cunningham, Dazzle Novak, Chrysalis Tate. That's
Exactly.
Kate Mara. Oh man, how far we fall.
Exactly, and everything is sort of pink and pastel-y.
Exactly. But yeah, so that one's a go. Gotham, September 21st on Fox. I have mixed feelings about that show.
The finale went down sort of rather oddly, shall we say, and didn't get a whole lot of love. There was a lot of anticipation, but kind of went down a little, shall we say, odd.
I hate to call it a train wreck you can't look away from, but that's how it feels at times.
They sent a lot of strange things in motion, which are hard to reconcile.
I think they went too fast. Last year, it was a pressure cooker they couldn't control, and, I know they want to ramp things up to make it interesting, but I think they did it a little, like I said, a little too fast. And, they kind of jumped out of canon, I guess, if you want to call it that, towards the end there. Jada Pinkett Smith's character went absolutely nowhere. I mean...
Yeah, that was an odd...
Well, and she started off strong as, sort of the Penguin's... Mentor, yeah, and half the reason why he, sort of was the way he was to some degree, but yeah, it went nowhere. So I don't know. The other thing I'm looking forward to in that show is, actually, I do look forward to the Penguin. I thought that was actually quite brilliant. The way that.
Well, it is called The Rise of the Villain, so you're getting the
way it was
proto
portrayed.
Joker and the proto Riddler.
Robin Lord Taylor.
Robin Lord Taylor, right?
Yeah, he was great. I was actually incredibly surprised because the only thing I had seen him in was an episode of Walking Dead, which he was in 2 episodes actually towards the very end of season 4, I believe it was.
Right.
So, anyways, and also I'm also interested in the guy who plays Riddler, Corey Michael Smith. I thought he did a great job.
They're developing him. There is a lot of fun development there that you're seeing it, but you're just wondering, all right, now that you kind of have crap on some other things, what are you going to do with these, and how sort of off the rails are you going to go?
And I, to be honest, I want to see how they dig themselves out of the hole they've gotten into.
Exactly.
With Barbara Gordon. It's like she's a complete basket case, and the whole time I'm looking at her, and I can't help but ask myself, how is this the mom of Batgirl?
Right.
You know, and what the hell does Jim Gordon have to do to screw up his relationship with Leslie Tompkins? Because, you know, what
right now, there's one obvious clear winner and one obvious clear loser.
Miranda. She was in Firefly as well.
I can't remember her last name.
Anyway, she is in this, and she's perfect. It's like she actually is way more stable. Like, I don't know what Jim has to do to screw that up, to get back with crazy, and why you would get back with crazy ass Barbara.
Right.
You know, but anyway.
Like you said.
I digress. All right, so we will watch it, obviously. Big Bang Theory, that just a mention, just because it's still, I think, it's a fun show. September 21st. The Muppets, I'm very much looking forward to. That's going to be on ABC. It's going to be done like kind of like The Office. And Bill Prady, one of the producers of Big Bang and writers of the Big Bang, is actually going to be working on this. One of his first jobs was writing with Jim Henson. So this is kind of coming full circle for him. All the Muppet performers are there.
Yes, huge. All the characters are back.
They did a great job showing off at Comic-Con. Eventually, I'm going to put that footage up on the site just because it's worth watching, along with a pitch reel. You know, it's more adult, more adult than I anticipated it would be.
It's
not that the Muppets haven't always kind of been adult.
Right.
It's just, you know.
Well, it's contemporary, but I think it's a nice fit.
Well, yeah.
You know, otherwise it may get sort of too corny or dated. This is a nice fit.
And they're centering around. It's a show within a show.
Yeah.
Like Larry Sanders was. You know, that kind of a thing. So you know, it's Piggy has a talk show right after Jimmy Kimmel.
Right.
So
they've all gone with their own careers now.
But
it's a very workable, plausible reintroduction.
The Goldbergs are on the 23rd of September on ABC, and we're just mentioning that because also a really funny show. It's of our era. We know we're kids of the 80s.
My Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, exactly. So that's definitely a go. Let's see. Heroes Reborn. Well, September 24th on NBC.
Here we go again.
And you know what? NBC owes us, man. We invested 4 years of our lives into the original Heroes, which they completely poot-screwed because they didn't want to pay the writers what they were worth, which was bullshit, and everyone knows it now.
It fell apart so fast and so ugly, it was hard to watch.
That was another NBC, you know, screw-up.
I've never seen an explosion so fast.
Over a large, long history of NBC screw-ups.
Yeah, I just don't know if anybody had a plan. For a strike. I mean, they had been talking about a strike for a long time. So when you're planning the show, you would think that would have been something you would have had in mind. Okay, if A happens, we do this. If B happens, we do that. And they just didn't.
They had nothing. I mean, everything just came to a grinding halt.
Amen.
Here we go again. Yeah, it was terrible. And I don't know that there's much forgiveness left for them anymore, especially since all these other shows have sort of picked up the baton, as it were, in this sort of realm of stuff. Yeah. You know, the gap in between. Not that the characters aren't still interesting and whatnot, but now this audience has gotten so diverse.
You mentioned all the actual original characters.
Many of them are.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the big addition is Zachary Levi as the big bad.
Yeah, which will be good.
Yeah,
we loved him in Chuck. He was awesome in Chuck.
Yeah, I mean, it took me a second to realize, holy shit, that's Zachary Levi, because he was pulling off some evil shit.
Yeah,
and I was like, wow, he's
exactly.
scary.
Exactly.
That's good. But there's a good portion of the old cast coming back. Jack Coleman is HRG, Glenn Grunberg is Parkman, Jimmy Jean-Louis is the Haitian. He's a nice sort of secondary hero character that I'd like to see more of. Masioka is Hero, which is cool. Like, everybody loves Hero.
Yep. Yeah, Hero rocked.
Yeah. Noah Gray Cabby,
which I can't even recognize anymore.
Yeah,
he got old.
He plays Micah. He played Micah in the old show. Well, he's playing him again, and he's all grown up. And it's like I'm interested to see what this guy's going to do.
Yeah.
because let's face it, when you have kid characters in like sci-fi and genre TV shows, most of the times are
Well, you're right. Yeah, absolutely.
That's your Lost in Space theory.
That's my Lost in Space, my not Rob Petrie, but the little boy Petrie and Dick Van Dyke show.
Sure, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Richie. Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't help it. I mean,
the Oliver.
Jake Lloyd in episode 1. Come on.
Yeah.
Goddamn block of wood.
Exactly. It was the Oliver, the Brady Bunch. I know you didn't watch that, but yes, okay. Well, anyways, all right. So I guess we'll give it a shot.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
the premise was always still.
But don't screw it up a second time, NBC.
As a comic book guy, I am quite familiar with the idea of a reboot. So
okay.
Fair enough.
All right.
Awesome.
So that's in September 24th. We will skip over to The Daily Show with Trevor Noah on the 28th of September, which we're all very interested in. It'll be cool to see someone pick up the torch of that show for the third time. So we'll.
And I've caught his act.
Yeah.
Trevor Noah's, and it is, it has a much more global conscious. And we watched him the other night on that Seinfeld show.
Yeah.
Talking about his
comedians in cars getting coffee.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things that people have is that they just don't necessarily know who you get so familiar with Stewart, but this guy I think will be a nice fit.
Yeah, just thinking, remembering that we watched the original version of the Daily Show with Craig Kilborn, and it was funny.
Starts here and there,
yeah, but it was good. It was a good show.
The road, sure.
And when Stewart took over, I figured this will be a couple of years and bring in the next guy. I was not prepared to see this guy go 16 fucking years, and now he's leaving.
Yeah.
God damn you!
Yeah, no. You got us addicted. Now you're.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be watching that September 28th.
Oh yeah, I'm sure
that's a done deal.
I'm sure Trevor Noah would be great.
Absolutely.
I have no
reservations.
No reservations about that. It's just like, why can't we have both?
Well, that's what I keep thinking. And I know Stewart's not done.
Yeah.
But I get exactly what he's doing.
September 29th on NBC. I put this in here only because I love a variety show. Best time ever with Neil Patrick Harris. Hey, Neil Patrick Harris is cool too. He's Dr. Horrible. What's not to like? Well, you know what? And every time I see like the previews for this, I'm thinking it looks like Graham Norton on BBC America. So okay, we'll see. I'll give it a shot. See where it goes. That's all I can say about that. Scream Queens, September 29th on Fox. That is a brand new 15-episode order with Jamie Lee Curtis, where she stars, I guess, as the
she's the dean of the college.
She's the dean of an all-girl prep school or college or something. I think it is a college, because the girl there. It's about a sorority, of course. In 1995. I'm supposed to get nostalgic about 95, but
I know all of a sudden.
It looks honestly from the previews, it looks more like 85 to me. If it weren't for the hairstyles, but some sorority pledges, go wrong. Someone's out for vengeance. Yada yada yada. Murders, and then some murders occur after the 20th anniversary, I guess, of the same crime. That's the synopsis they gave. Previews looked actually fairly interesting. Actually, I believe
I would say
the folks that brought us Glee, believe it or not, are putting this together. So again,
musical horror.
Yeah, you know what? It's another one of those things. We'll try it out, give it a chance, and see. All right. Coming out after that, we have Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on September 29th on ABC, which I know, Lee, you didn't get a chance to watch yet. You're waiting for Netflix.
Yeah,
that's fine. That's cool. We did, and I love last season. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, the Inhumans
did a nice job.
are becoming characters, and again, they're using all the media available, whether it be through movies or television, to really sort of push these things forward. And you see the
it went a lot faster.
Yeah, it went a lot faster, and they are using it sort of in a somewhat dual purpose, and it really is a lot of fun, and you got to sort of pay attention, but it moves.
Well,
yeah,
exactly. And they ended on a cliffhanger, of course, which we won't mention because Lee really hasn't watched it. So, but
the Butler did it.
Yeah,
God
exactly.
damn it! It's always the Butler.
All right, coming out on October the 6th is my favorite show of last year, The Flash. And iZombie is also going to accompany that right after. The Flash was the best show ever last season. I loved every last second of it, from start to finish. Best villains, best storylines.
They didn't screw around.
Amazing effects.
Yeah.
The best actors. They had people from the old show, the new show. I mean, everything in a, they had crossovers from Arrow.
Yeah.
I loved everything about it. I want to see the multiverse. I want to see them do something in the multiverse where they take the old characters from the original Flash and make them just kind of continue on with their storyline. I want to see that. I think that'd be a great one-off. We're getting Jay Garrett. We're getting Zoom. And I read where Tony Todd is the voice of Zoom. So nice. That will be really, really good. So we'll something I'm absolutely, like I said, can't wait.
Great show.
Arrow, October 7th. I'm halfway in the middle because of the dumb way Netflix put it on their schedule last season. Right, the day before the following season aired. So I'm still catching up. But hey, it's still something to watch. I enjoy it. Ra's al Ghul's the villain, I guess, of the season I'm on. Again, a lot of fun, but not much to say about that since I haven't finished the last season.
Right.
Anyway, Supermansion, October 8th on Crackle of all things, which I had no idea what even that was until the other day.
When it showed up on your PS3.
It's on my and the only reason it showed up on my PS3 is because Bryan Cranston is playing a retired superhero in this all claymation.
Yeah, if you've seen Robot Chicken, you know what you're going to get.
Robot Chicken.
And Seth Green, he's one of the executive producers, so we know that's going to kick ass.
Yeah, the puppet, the face on Cranston's puppet is hilarious.
Well, he's an old superhero.
Well, it looks just like him. It's hilarious.
It'll be a lot of
he's
fun.
sort of cranky and.
Absolutely, that one we're hands down. Yeah,
absolutely.
Check out the trailer on YouTube. Walking Dead and Talking Dead, October 11th, which of course will most like that will be the very last episode of Fear the Walking Dead, which is on right now, leading us right into Walking Dead on October 11th. Last season was a lot of fun. This season opens up to a lot of of storylines that are actually in the comics, including the Wolves.
Right.
Possibly Negan. It may not be this season, but it's definitely going to be the following season.
Right.
So we're looking forward to that. Supergirl is something I think we're all looking forward to. Produced by the same guys that did The Flash and Arrow, Greg Berlanti and Andrew Kreisberg. Melissa Benoist. She's from Glee. She's going to be in it. She's the main character. Lots of really fun Easter eggs in this. They're going to have Dean Cain and Helen Slater, who, if you know who they are, in Superman lore and history, Dean Cain played Superman in The Adventures of Lois and Clark. And Helen Slater played Supergirl in the original movie, so they're playing her adopted parents, which will rock. Peter
Fasinelli.
He's
playing Max Lord.
Which we love. I remember him from the Adam Hughes Justice League comics. That'll be a lot of fun. There are going to be actually a lot of characters that they're going to bring in from in various guises. It looks like Toyman's going to be one of them.
Incarnation.
Exactly. Reactron. What else here? The Red Tornado is supposed to appear along with his creator. What is it? Tio Morrow. So Sam Lane, of course, that's Lois Lane's dad. Lucy Lane is in this as well, played by Jenna. What is it? Jenna Dewan Tatum. I saw photos, and if that's Lucy Lane, I can't imagine who they're getting for Lois, because, well, that'll be awesome. And lucky Superman. From there, and actually, I'm trying to see. Oh yeah, the other one that was kind of note was Non. He's like 1/3 of the villains from Krypton, right. The one who never talks. So interesting choice. We're definitely looking forward to that, though. And
gotta talk Ash.
All right, now we want to talk Ash versus Evil Dead on Halloween night, which is like one of the best freaking presents that anybody
could ask for.
Yeah, anybody could ask for. There are going to be 10 episodes. Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell are back. They producing, and Bruce Campbell is starring in it as a continuation of the Ash, legacy where we left off with him in
Chainsaw Hand and the whole 9 yards.
This is Falling Army of Darkness.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So, and also Lucy Lawless will be in this show as a reoccurring character. Xena, for all of you that know the name but couldn't place it with the face. And oddly enough, the only other person of note that I saw in here that we all know, and she's going to be in 4 episodes, is Mimi Rogers. I don't know what as, but whatever. Mimi Rogers is cool. Not a stranger to horror movies either.
No, not at all.
Was in a great episode of Tales from the Crypt on HBO years ago. We're looking forward to that, obviously. November, the only thing I saw here that was really interesting is Jim Henson's Turkey Hollow, and that's November 21st. Unfortunately, of all things, Lifetime, a network that I vehemently try to stay away from. But hey, you know what? It's something they found in an archive. Lisa Henson, his oldest daughter, found it. It's an unproduced Thanksgiving Day special that Henson and Jerry Jewell both wrote. Mary Steenburgen is in it. It obviously it does look good. It has that whole labyrinth quality to it. With the way the monsters look and everything. So we'll see how that one goes. But that's November, and that leads us into the Christmas season when we'll be watching Rudolph and all the other Heat Miser and Freeze Miser.
I'll be checking out the Hallmark Channel to see what all the '90s super babes are doing.
There you go. Yes, exactly.
A whole month of that.
Exactly. So, but that's everything coming, man. That's
got a busy schedule ahead.
Busy schedule ahead, and it was fast. It was quick. I don't know. Anybody have any last words, comments, or otherwise?
No, go ahead.
Let's see. It's not exactly new news, but back in May, Powers, the TV series, got picked up for a second season.
That's on PlayStation Network,
right? And I had to deal with the first episode, and I was kind of critical of the first episode when I first saw it, but came over here and watched the whole series. I was like, yeah, okay, this is pretty good. I like the story. They have next to nothing for a budget.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, some of the physical effects are just cringeworthy, but I like the story. The entire first season was leading up to Who Killed Retro Girl, so now I'm really interested to see what happens.
Storyline I read out of the comic too. I mean, it was great.
Yeah, and
Eddie Izzard rocked. He was awesome.
Yeah. Pretty much everybody. I mean, as soon as you get your mind in the space, okay, this is going to be really 75% not like the comic book at all, because there's no budget for that, no budget on Earth for that, and just deal with it. It's a pretty good crime drama in the world of superheroes, and also Rick and Morty just got picked up for a 3rd season, so they'll be
good.
back.
That's real cool.
For me, it's like Flash and Rick and Morty are the 2 best shows on TV. They're both are great, and Rick and Morty is just evil and funny.
What are the ones you're looking forward to? Carl?
Not so much this year. I mean, my favorite one is this year was Daredevil. Beyond Shadow of a Doubt, and I couldn't say nothing as well as you guys like Flash, which I also thought was so much fun. Daredevil was for me, and it was not a slam dunk either. I was not going to easily convinced, and yet it became my favorite show, and I want to see that continue. Now that the red suit's finally there and the characters are being fleshed out, and we've really got a Kingpin who was played brilliantly by Vincent D'Onofrio. I can't believe what a great, again, the good villain makes the show that much more interesting, and that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Good. No, I dig it. Obviously, I'm looking forward to the Muppets. I can't help it. I'm a victim of my era.
Is that variety show?
Yeah, I mean, I always have a soft spot in my heart for that, so I'm absolutely 100% looking forward to that one. And The Flash, I cannot frickin' wait. and I hate to say, of course, there's always Supergirl and Evil Dead.
Right.
I think we've all been waiting for Evil Dead. So
yeah. I think that again, as I said before, I think I never thought I'd live this long to see all these shows, whether it's movies or new media or shorts or television or whatnot. Finally, and we may bitch about them sometimes, but at least they're there to bitch about.
Yeah.
And I keep having to sort of pinch myself, going, well, I hated it, but thank God it's here.
Yeah. Remember 1983?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
More Waltons.
Ugh.
Nothing helping a Brady Bunch.
Coming up next, a murderous androids after the Fall Guy.
Matlock reruns.
All right, well, that's it for this episode. That was all the stuff that's, basically our Tits for Television episode of
coming at you live
of PU Podcast, second episode. But we'll be back very, very soon with another one. And until then, zip over to the website, www.puzine.com. It's Puzine. That's how you pronounce it. Like us on Facebook and Twitter and all that other fun stuff. And we will see you soon. Goodbye, everyone.
Good night.
PU.